Hello students and welcome back to my channel, that is Creative Biology. In the previous lecture we already finished multiple fission, plasmotomy and budding. Now in today's lecture we discuss reproduction in organism part 3rd, presented by Satnam Singh, and the topic that we shall be learning today are fragmentation, gyme, regeneration, spore formation or sporulation, and the last one is vegetative propagation. So let us first discuss about fragmentation. So what is fragmentation? In fragmentation, the parent body breaks into two or more pieces called fragments, and each fragment develops into an individual. Parent body breaks down into two or more pieces known as fragments, and each fragment forms a new individual. Clear? It means if an organism breaks up into 3 fragments, then 3 individuals are formed. If it breaks into 4 fragments, then 4 individuals are grown, etc. and so on. Next one is fragmentation occurs in sponges, sea anemones and echinoderms. In starfish, only one arm can produce complete starfish. It is a part of regeneration that only one fragment of arm can produce complete starfish. So let us see diagrams or images of sponges, sea anemones and echinoderms. These are sponges. Sponges are water plants. I think all of you are familiar with these sponges. Next is sea anemones. It was also found in the sea. If you watch Discovery Channel, you all are familiar with sea anemones and sponges. The next one is echinoderms, means it is a starfish. Starfish is also comes under echinoderms. Echinoderms are phylum that we shall be learning in the next chapters, chapter 4th, the animal kingdom. So let us now discuss about fragmentation in flatworm. Here this is a flatworm and it divides into 3 parts: first part, second part and third part, and forms 3 individuals: first, second and third. Single parent breakdowns into fragments and forms 3 or more individuals. Clear? The next topic is gyme. It is very important. So what is gyme? Gyme are unicellular or multicellular propagules that detach from the parent and grow into new organisms. So we have to first discuss about propagules. What are propagules? Propagules may be a bud of plant, tuber, or any other part of the plant known as propagules. So gymi are the unicellular or multicellular structures that detach from the parent and grows into new individuals. Clear? In Marchantia, gymi are biscuit-shaped multicellular green structures which are born in small cup-shaped outgrowths called gyma cups, known as gyma cups. So let us see gymi and gyma cups. This is a leaf of Marchantia, and this one is gyma cups. It means, suppose this is a Marchantia leaf. Gyma cups look like a cup-shaped appearance, like in this figure here. This is the gyma cups, and in between gyma cups there are present biscuit-shaped gymi. Clear? This is another figure of gymi. Here is the gyma cups, or in gyma cups there are present gymi. So our next topic is regeneration. Regeneration is also a very important topic. So what is regeneration? Regeneration is a growth, means it is a regrowth, regeneration is the regrowth in the injured region. It means regrowth occurs in the injured part. Regeneration was first discovered by Abraham Tremblay in 1740 in Hydra. I hope you all know about Hydra. Regeneration is further of two types, morpholexis and amemorphosis. Morpholexis and amemorphosis. So let us discuss these two terms, morpholexis and amemorphosis, in detail. So first is morpholexis. So what is morpholexis? In morpholexis, the whole body grows from a small fragment, like in starfish. Whole body grows from a small fragment. In starfish, small fragment is arm, and whole body grows from that arm. It occurs in sponges, hydra, planaria, starfish, etc. Let us discuss morpholexis in hydra. It is a parent hydra. Parent hydra regenerate or amputate into two, this one and this one. Here, next is regeneration occurs. It forms their lost parts. Upper forms its tails and lower forms its head, and growth occurs and form new individual. The next one is epimorphosis. So what is epimorphosis? Epimorphosis is a replacement of lost body part, means the part that is lost. For example, broken tail of wall lizard. You all know about this fact. Let us discuss about this in some more detail. Here it is original tail of lizard. In this figure, it is atomized or amputated, means lizard lost its tail. In the next figure, the lizard regenerated its tail or replaced its lost body part. Clear? The next topic is spore formation or sporulation. So let us discuss about spore formation. As you all know, spores are minute, single-celled, thin or thick-walled propagules. These are dispersive structures which also form new individuals. As you all know, spores disperse from one flower and germinate into new individual. Common in Monera, Protista, algae and fungi. These are the kingdoms we discuss in chapter 2nd of class +1. Motile spores are called zoospores. Non-motile spores are sporangiospores, conidia, oidia, etc. So let us discuss or see the diagrams of these spores in some detail. First is zoospores. Zoospores are formed inside the zoosporangia, that is parent cell. These are zoospores. This zoospores. Zoospores are motile. Motile means they move with their own. In the next figure, it is a conidia. These cells, upper cells, are known as conidia. And it occurs in Penicillium and other Ascomycetes. Ascomycetes we discuss in chapter 3rd of class +1 and form through conidiophore. Next one is chlamydospores. Chlamydospores are thick-walled spores seen in this figure. Oidia. In oidia, hyphae means the plant forms a network known as hyphae. When the hyphae broke down, they forms oidia. And the last spores that we discussed are sporangiospores. Sporangiospores formed inside the sporangia and known as sporangiospores. The next topic is vegetative propagation. So what is vegetative propagation? Vegetative propagation is the formation of new plants from vegetative units or propagules such as bud, rhizomes, tubers, etc. Basically, vegetative propagation is the formation of new plants from any other by using other plant parts, means bud, rhizomes, tubers, etc. Vegetative propagation is of two types, natural and horticultural or artificial, but these types we will discuss in the next lecture. We just check the vegetative propagation. In first figure, it is a figure of sweet potato in which tuber forms the new plant. This is the new plant. Clear? In the second figure, it is a figure of shisham in which root of shisham forms new plant. In the last figure, it is a figure of Dahlia. It is a tuber of Dahlia, and tuber forms a new plant. Clear? So with this I end this lecture. For any query, please comment me in comment section. If you like my video, then give likes, share and subscribe my channel. Please share this channel to help needy students. Please revise these topics, these are very important. In the next lecture, we shall be learning about natural method of vegetative propagation and horticultural method of vegetative propagation. Till then, be safe. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.